Round 6, boys. Life eternal! Greetings, freaks and folks. This is Vlad the Lad, and today we are going to go turbo on our beloved friend, Angry Treebeard. So welcome back to another deck list. We have the Maokai all in this time, and as always, if you enjoy this content and you want to see more, you know where that subscribe button is. Back in the time when Maokai had less tools, I tried to actually get a Maokai deck, or actually get him used or get him work rather in a deck that's not comprised together with Bilgewater. But it turned out it's just not possible. There are not enough tools in Shadow Alt itself. I tried it with other self-killing things, you know, because his level up condition goes with tossed cards, and it also goes with all your units that died. So I got with ephemerals and everything, but it's just this card alone. Just you can't justify not to run Bilgewater with this card existing. You have 1 mana burst speed spell and you toss 4, so you progress his level up, which is 25 by 4, and this is just too much value to not run it. Now, I still wanted to take a little bit of another touch this time around. I know other content creators went with Lost Riches, which is a new card introduced with the last package, where we either draw a treasure if we have one, and if we don't have one, we create 2 treasures. And as we all know, treasures are very good cards and super strong and fun to play. But I know we have already 3 or 4 lists existing in YouTube, so I rather not go with another list of that. If you are into that, there are other videos with that, and also you can take sort of this list here and put the Lost Riches in it. Deep decks are mostly all the same. But this is a little different, as we run a full set of Stalking Shadows. This is something deep decks normally don't run, and I think this is super strong in together with the Dread Dredges, which is a 1-drop that also got buffed on the last patch to a 2/1. And it tosses us 3 for 1 mana and gives us a body. And this is also something super sweet together with a Maokai. If we have it with the Stalking Shadows, we get the ephemeral copy of it, which means the ephemeral copy will die, and thus progressing our Maokai even more. Same goes for the Thorny Toad and the Deadbloom Wanderer, which are basically keeping us alive over the time, as well as the Withering Whale, giving us life back, and managing aggro white board states where they have a lot of 1 health units with strong attack. We can then trigger the Withering Whale to get back into the game. And also the Sea Scarab is one of our main things to go for. This is also a pretty new thing, and they recently buffed it even in the last patch to a 2/3. And it's also a very small sea monster, and I announced it back in the time when I reacted to this card. I really want to share a deck with you guys with Maokai, and this is the time where we actually do this. Now it's even not too bad if we draw them out of the Slaughter Dogs, what we also have is 3 of here, because it gives you a random sea monster, and the little Sea Scarab is also the sea monster. And it used to be I think it was 4 or 5 when with the deep boost. When it was a 1/2 before, it was pumped up to a 4 or 5, and this is something you don't really want to have out of the Slaughter Dogs. And also, when you are deep, you probably don't want to toss anymore. So this is also something a bit difficult to manage sometimes with this deck, to not mill yourself, because this can happen very easily, as we have a lot of toss mechanics in this deck. Like Salvage, we have the Slaughter Dogs, as I mentioned, we have the Deadbloom Wanderer, we have the Thorny Toad, we have the Dread Dredges, we have the Jennison, we have the Sea Scarab, and when we have the Sea Scarab on board, and we are already with the leveled up Maokai, we actually want to get rid of him. But until then, he's super clutch. Like, you play the Maokai, you play the Sea Scarab, and then your saplings that you are now creating with the Maokai will actually toss us another card when it dies, because all of our units, when they die, will toss us a card and then progress our Maokai even more. So yeah, I had games where I had him leveled, I think in round, was it 5 even, or 6? But it can happen super fast with this deck. But this is our main win condition. So we are milling the enemy, and mostly we are not winning by damage, although it can happen as we have a 12 of Shipwreck Order and Devour the Depths to get back into the game later on the line. But we all only run one Nautilus, and this is a big difference to other deep decks. I sacrificed 2 Nautiluses for the sake of having more synergy in this deck, but it's still necessary to have one, because he is something that never gets tossed, and if you are out of cards in your deck, you can then put on the Nautilus. He will then, upon level up, where's the level up condition? When I level up, oh yeah, copy tossed allies that cost 4 into your deck. So actually these guys here, Devour Depths and Shipwreck Order, will get back into your deck. And then you have fuel again. And if you run out again, you can play then a Shipwreck Order, which will put 2 treasures in your deck, and then you're not milling yourself again. And also, if you have a Maokai on the board, you can play his signature spell and then put another Maokai into your deck. So we have plenty of ways to not mill ourselves, but still it can happen. And you have to manage to not play the Shipwreck Order and probably toss something you you put into the deck before, which would be the treasures. Like, if you put them into your deck and then you toss with whatever you have here, this happened to me, so be wary of that. Be very mindful with this. Is something that can mean the difference between winning and losing when you put 2 cards back into your deck. And the reason why I'm running this over the Lost Witches, where we also put 2 treasures in our deck, is because Lost Witches gets tossed, possibly, and it's gone. And the Shipwreck Order, we get it back definitely from our Nautilus, so this is something to consider here. Now we have another Vengeance and Ruination in this deck, and this is because I don't think there should be any deck whatsoever on Shadow Isles not running these cards, because those 2 can be devastating and also game-winning in the certain scenarios. And also, we are a deep deck. We are vulnerable in the early stages, and if we put out the Ruination against mid-range decks, this can mean an auto-win against mid-range decks, so it's definitely something that has its place here. And that's almost the deck list. And last but not least, this is a 3-off as well, that I don't think any deep deck runs, but it's actually progressing our Maokai win condition, because he will leave the enemy with 4 non-champion cards, meaning that we can then nap his non-champion cards that are left. We have 4 in the, or he has, she, whoever we are playing against has 4 cards left, and then we can nap them on pilfered goods. And if we have 2 cards in hand and manage to plunder this round by whatever elusive unit we maybe pull off, or from maybe the Slaughter Dogs, we can get the elusive fish, hit the enemy nexus, and then nap 2. And if we have 2 of them in hand, we directly empty his whole deck, like the little rest that he's sticking around with. This is happening not too often. I want to be honest with you in that sense. It's not super competitive. I had some successes here and there, but it's overall a bit inconsistent in itself, where they sometimes manage to play around whatever you have. I played against Shen Fiora, where he just every round had his Shen being with a signature spell and shuffling his Shen back in the deck. And this cost me the game in the end, because I couldn't get rid of the last Shen, and he just kept coming with those barriers, and I couldn't play around this, and I had any removal for him. So yeah, like I said, it's a fun deck to play, because it's, I think, the fastest way to get the Maokai level up, actually. I want to have, like I mentioned in the intro, a Maokai all-in, and this is what we built here. And I'm again at 10 minutes. I hoped to be not to 10 minutes, but I'm again at 10 minutes. I hoped to be a bit faster this time. I'm not. Yeah, but it's, guess, my thing to have 10 minutes intros or deck explanations rather. And as always, we will jump right into the games together. Let's go. Okay, we're facing Lysandra Trundle, another slow deck. We can potentially have our level up from Maokai before they hit their round 8 and do their thing. Yeah, this looks good. I don't need the salvage right now. But these Lordogs look super clutch, and also the Ruination can be game winning if they put on out the Watcher. We can then Ruinate it. Getting our 2 damage in. But like I said, it's very rarely we will win off with the damage actually. This is a card we definitely want to see because most of the time it gets tossed. And I want to put on the volume a bit here. I think it's a bit too loud, possibly. We draw into the Sea Scarab, which is super nice. But it's just too good for the Lordogs here. So he's a control deck. He has possibly Avalanche and stuff like that in hand. And treat to fish for his champions. And we're not worried about anything here. We just chill, toss our stuff, progress our Maokai, find our Stalking Shadows. This is also a key card. Possibly taking that damage. Like for him, it's sort of the same win condition, which is funny. To mill my deck here, and we have ways to go around that, like I mentioned before. So we will first look what we get here. Okay, the depths. This can also be key later down the line, but now I will just go for our toss machines here. Okay. He finds Lysandra. He played it from there, which could mean that the card that he drew was actually a Trundle. So what we will do here is we will... The thing is, I probably want to Ruinate already next round to get rid of Lysandra and potential Trundle. Is what goes through my mind. But I also want to play these 2 cards. But when I do this, I drop down to 2 mana and I can Ruinate next round. So it's a tough choice. But I think I'm going with the safe way and playing a Sea Scarab here. Because if he plays Trundle now... Yeah. Like, if he doesn't play Trundle, I mean, which happened now, this is the better play. And I can now fish for that as I never drop the depths, okay. So I guess we have a lot to remove later down the line. Again, burning his mana here, which is super neat. He doesn't get any value of his control cards that he has. We're tossing the big units, which we are happy to see. And we're already almost in deep levels here. Question is if I'm blocking here. I guess not. Because this is a potential thing when I level up my Maokai and kill him afterwards. I actually mill him faster. So I will take these 2 damage and only block 1. Progressing with the toss here. Find our 3rd Stalking Shadows. I hope we're hitting something better this time. Okay, Thorny Toad. This is super neat, because we can now do this. Heal for 2, and toss 3 in total. Because 1 of him, 2 of him, and then we are deep.
See the Nevastian border from here.
He has all his sentries. Question is, do I Thorny Toad here? I guess I will pick the second one. Because this can mean faster Maokai here. But we still need to find him. It's the thing now. We tossed a lot here. Ooh, this is insane. Okay, probably we will actually go for damage. We find disabled here. Guess we're going in. In this order, so if my Thorny Toad dies, I'm actually tossing. And he has a hard time now. Like, he needs frostbites or hot removal here. Or an Entomb. But this is also super neat that he gets the Lysandra back into the deck. So he potentially has less Lysandras here. Dropping down to 6. Question is, do I Ruinate here? I think I will. Because next round he could possibly have a Lysandra level up, and I don't want to let that happen. And also he can shuffle more Lysandras in his deck if she dies. Like, he already shuffled one Lysandra in his deck, and by killing her, he possibly doesn't have a third one in hand. And by putting them in this order, you can actually see on the... I know, they died together. Erase that. It was just tossing 2 from him and 1 from him. I thought by having this order, it actually will toss, like, give the die effect on all the others, but it doesn't. And by entombing my big unit here, I'm still with one of them, which is super neat. Yeah. Thought so. He would have leveled his Lysandra here right away, and we could draw, but I will just do this to stay healthy, and potentially just kill him next round by damage. Unless he... okay, there's a Vile Feast. But still, we will block into this if he wants to attack. Obviously not blocking into that. But he needs another removal, basically. And he can't spend mana on what he is, on whatever he's planning to spend mana on. And we definitely have the means to Maokai this turn by drawing 2 and tossing 2, and we are 7 cards left, so we need to find our Maokai anywhere there. Get rid of one of the blocker without losing our own. And he has to do something here to survive. Spend mana. He's thinking a lot here. But now he chooses what to play, I guess. Oh, okay. So he stays at 3 health. Which means we plunder to actually get off our pilfer goods. And, but I don't think... do we have enough? I think we're... oh no, we have the exact mana to do that. Ah. But our last 3 cards are Maokais. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, okay. I could Nautilus here, but I don't think it's worth it. I will just... this is tough. Oh, I will just pass here. If he wants to develop something, I can still kill it with my Devour of the Depths. And next round we're definitely going for the Maokai, because there is nothing else we can draw, and we are one of leveling him. But this means we still have to kill something of ours, right? Like, we can't toss anymore. Okay. So we could potentially... they could kill us next round. Like, we have Vengeance, but... I know, he can't kill us. Never mind, we have Nautilus. Even if he manages to obliterate our deck. It's... yeah, we just love and play Nautilus. There's a Watcher. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Unfortunately, we lose our 2 Maokais here. It's a big shame. Wondering what he's thinking about. Like, just obliterate my last 2 cards. Go for it, dude. Okay. mean, I could depths here, but no, I couldn't. I need to play Nautilus afterwards. Double obliterate. We do this. Have our Maokai level up. We Nautilus. We'll drown. Get back our big fishes. And we will definitely obliterate this here. Soon enough. And we can even vengeance the last watcher. Which is funny. Box. Okay. That's completely fine, dude. I still have my cards here. I'm far from milling. And we will just go again. There you are. He's sweating a lot here, I guess. Thing is, I can't Maokai and Vengeance this round. So we will just take the other Obliterate next round, I guess. He loves his wild feasts. But he has to play another card, otherwise he needs to remove whatever I'm attacking with here. Like, I have 3 attackers with Fearsome. Ha 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 ha, you're not doing anything. You can't even kill my my Nautilus, which is super funny. Yeah. But he still can Vengeance, obviously. Or that. This was his out for Atrocity, but I'm not running Atrocity. Now I could even just kill the Watcher here and chill, but we are here for Maokai, right? Life Eternal! Angry Treebeard. Joining the scene.
The Isles will bloom again.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to nap, but to plunder. But we will still nap, of course. 3 sisters, okay. So he's down to 3 cards.
Give them room to spread their leaves.
If he passes here, I Vengeance to kill the Watcher. If he attacks, I can kill the Watcher, so he's pretty much in a checkmate position here. If he has removal for my Nautilus, then I'm dead. This is the... Oh, okay. I guess I'm dead, right? I can do this. I mean, I have a second in hand. Obliterates that. We have exactly enough for another one. We're not there yet, but it's also hard to mill him here. Okay. But you're killing off your own units here, your own blockers.
And so life springs anew.
So just go for another attack. Hope for the best, because he could have Ruination, right? TT. Woof! What a clutch game to start off, dude. Well, that was sick. Who melts who first? Yeah. Gets a very good matchup for us. Let's go for round 2. Okay, we face some Thresh with the Atrocity Nasus thing. is something we are not very happy about. Like, we don't have the means to... sweating a bit. We don't have the means to deny that, unfortunately. Like, if we find our vengeance, we can kill the Nasus before he levels, but it's mostly about it. We find our Maokais this time around, fortunately. Oops. Sweating again. Ah. Fucking leg. Hurting again. It's better. We will first look what we get here. See Scarab. Awesome. Question is, do I... I will check what he does first. Okay, he goes back. He's not stupid. I know he can butcher into a lot of damage. Okay. We don't get punished for our play. For our greedy play here. Open attack. Nope. Never lucky. Which does lead me to... I could play Sea Scarab here. And leave my mana open for Skulking Shadows. I think that sounds good. He does want to attack into that. Giving me the full damage. Doing our moves. And... do I play another Sea Scarab? No. Good to chill here. We have our mana open. And our vengeance, which is super important. We're Stalking Shadows again. Ooh, that's a wide choice. Guessing I'm going with Funny Toad. Staying healthy. I really want to play Maokai, but he possibly has removal for that. See that. Maokai should be fine against this. I mean, he is 1 HP off. 1 damage off, rather.
Observe the price of ambition.
Not anymore. Which does mean I'm playing here the Thorny Toad. Yeah. Giving us another ephemeral blocker.
Disintegrate.
He's killing my Maokai here, which is fine. Yes, you. Oh, we could even... I think I wanted to Limbs here. There's no real downside to that. Gets us more tosses. He's at 3 out of 6. We could go for another, and I think that's ultimately worth it.
These isles will be cleansed.
We have the urge to actually find our third Maokai if he manages to kill that one off as well. He has 4 out of 6, which is sort of becoming scary. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not playing... I didn't play around that, unfortunately. Like, he will... doesn't matter whatever I'm playing here, he will definitely level his Thresh. So I will just... I have to go for the Vengeance here. There's no way around this. He has to sacrifice his Maokai Spinner in order to level him. Or just denying what I'm playing. Rite of Negation, dude. I'm not playing around these cards. Stop it. Guess I'm dead. Because this Nasus is already super strong by now. Oh no! I'm already deep. So I will get 4 damage less at least. That's neat. Well played, my friend. Well played. he actually goes for... But this, he isn't leveled yet, which is important. Now I could go for... I think I should go for a lot of tosses here to ensure to find my Maokai. I mean, what I'm saying, he is in Atrocity range already. Like, he will just play Atrocity and it's GG. But this is the stupidity of this deck, right? We have to face this. When Avengers manages, do your fucking Atrocity, man. There it is. As usual. Yeah, like I said, very tough to beat this matchup. The fact that he had Ray of Negation there to cheat out the Nasus was ultimately what killed us. We had a lot of health gain there, but this OTK shit with Nasus is something we can't deal with, so yeah, we just go on. Alright, some Teemo with Twisted Fate. I'm guessing that's sort of a burn list. Now I want to kill, to keep that Pilfered Goods and Stalking Shadows. Pilfered Goods is something we always want in our hand and not to be tossed. If it would be super aggro, I would probably mulligan this away in order to get an early curve and also to find my life-preserving units like the Thorny Toad and the Dead Blue Monra. But for now, we're good with the dredges. Eat that trash! Best voice lines ever. Maokai, I'm super happy to see you. What is this, dude? You're playing PNC... What? You're playing PNC Bilgewater, dude. You have to play something. This is the shit I'm talking about with the Stalking Shadows. Just getting the double dredges here. Dredges. Dude, if you don't want to develop... I'm hearing about spam and playing my Maokai here. That's ultimately fine. What?
The rot must be cut away.
Okay. Finally starts to play something. I guess he waited for my Maokai to give damage to him and kill him right away. Salvage? Stress test? What the hell is this deck, man?
Where do you stand on cold shots?
We eat the trash. Probably should have played the normal one and this one on the attack phase, but it's kind of... doesn't matter his health. Like, I want to mill him. It's ultimately what I'm aiming to do. And we still have mana for Slaughterdogs and Dread Dredges. And he is a full-on draw deck, so... Or... okay, but he has counterfeit copies. This could hurt us a lot. Stop my copy! We're 19 in it.
2, 3, 4. They'll never know what hit 'em.
That's unfortunate.
More mushrooms.
We have the means to kill him next round with our Maokai sapling. And we are pretty much... yeah, we have leveled him. We just play this. 19. We are deep.
Protect our grove.
Round 6, boys. Life eternal! And the best thing is that we actually still have the Pilfered Goods. And we most certainly will get off the plunder this attack. Let's see though. What? You want to mill me or what? What's the deal here?
Where you going?
It's not going to work out.
My collection.
What is he copying though? Is he copying counterfeit copies? Like, this would be insane. Oh, they're an investigator. It's an investigator deck. I have my own counterfeit copies. Okay, dude. Let's roll. Let's do this. Oh, it's that stupid deck from Swim, right? Now he plays the 7 cost reducing mana cost card. Yeah.
Close your eyes and drift away.
It's that one. Do I fear to get milled here? Actually do. So I will chill for a moment.
Officer J.S. Harklaw, Unit 6. Minding details is my duty.
What could I copy here to stop this? Fuck my life. I still have pilfered goods. I have to think about this. Damn it. I can't counterfeit copies the counterfeit copies because I only have one. I need to nap now. Pick a card? Okay, fuck.
The sea tells me all I need.
Putting in more Maokais in my deck?
When tribe calls, a reply is proper.
Lose yourself.
Yeah, what now, dude?
Officer J.S. Harklaw, Unit 6.
Does he have more counterfeit copies?
When tribe calls, a reply is proper.
I hope not. Please don't have it.
Stand aside. An expert is at work.
Oh, no, no, don't have it. Yes! Got him! No one mills me. We will heal these fucking isles. Oh. Okay. Oh, this was sick, and we were 40 minutes in it. I think you can have a better ending than this. It was only 3 games, but they were super long and super clutch. So, yeah. So, you know, if you actually face mill decks and you do it in the mind games thing good, you actually are able to win with our Maokai all in here, which is, I guess, the king of mills, what we learned today. So at this point, I will thank you very guys. I'm every time doing the same thing. I thank you very much for watching, guys, and joining me on my journey with the Nautilus, with the Maokai, actually, of the Nautilus. He was doing a bit, but Maokai is the king, definitely, of this video, and earned his thumbnail with my face in it. So I will end it here. Again, if you enjoyed this, consider leaving a like and tell your friends, dog, and grandma. And as always, stay legendary. I'll see you on the next one in 2 days. And Vlad out.